Hello, this is Michael, atheist and alcoholic. I am attending 90 AA meetings in 90 days. Nothing discussed in these videos will ever undermine the anonymity of AA. So tonight was meeting 68, and there was not a secular meeting at a time that I could make, so I did a regular meeting, and after just a few secular meetings, it made me miss them desperately. It was a speaker meeting. The guy's story, it was a good story. I've went on about the value of the story in and of itself. You hear your parts of your story and somebody else's. The sense that you're not the only one who's went through the shit that you've went through. The community it builds, valuable in and of itself. But the end of that story, the only practical takeaways are keep coming back. It works and find God. So if you're an atheist, I guess you're fucked. So I've never actually read through the 12 steps. They're read at the beginning of each meeting along with a preamble, how it works, and the promises are sometimes read before the meeting starts or sometimes at the end. So I figured tonight I'm just going to read through the 12 steps. I'm going to try to keep my commentary to a minimum or at zero as I go through them. So just read through them once and go from there, because fuck it, I don't have anything else to say about the meeting. For the remainder of this experiment, I think these secular iterations are the way to go. Again, that's naturally what an atheist would do today, attempting AA. I don't think that if I were struggling with my sobriety currently, that I would force myself to keep doing the traditional AA meetings. I did 60 some, kind of thrown in the towel. And see what the secular iterations have to offer. But there's going to be times where I just can't make one. So, step one, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. Step two, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Step three, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. Step 4. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Step 5. Admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. Step 6. Were entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. Step 7. Humbly asked Him to remove our shortcomings. Step 8. Made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Step 9. Made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. Step 10. Continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. Step 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. Step 12. Having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. So out of 12 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So just over 7 of the 12 steps are directly, mention God or Him, capital H, as God. And it does repeat as you understand Him. But if you're not willing to play make-believe, I don't know what you do with the 12 steps. There's a few that could be beneficial even without a belief in a higher power, I would assume. the making a searching and fearless inventory, moral inventory of ourselves. I mean, it could be worthwhile. Made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. I don't know how I reserve judgment on that step because I don't know. I mean, I could see how that could go terribly wrong, but I don't know enough about it to really have an opinion. That's something that I would definitely want to talk to somebody who's been through the program, worked the steps, helped other people through the steps, so that I could have a better informed opinion on that. As with all of the steps, I just, again, if there were no secular iterations of this available or other programs available, and I were struggling with my recovery and this were my only option, I'd be fucked. So that's it. That's all I have for tonight. Thank you guys very much, and I will see you here again tomorrow.